One of the things that I would do different, Russ, this just came late. At my age, the time they were training, we didn't have two things that I think can make the whole difference in the world. One, it would be conditioning. Conditioning. Because in the moment that you already have the technique, the conditioning will make all the difference in the world, Russ. Not
Yeah.
just to prevent injuries, but to get faster, stronger, whatever is this. We did not have this idea that conditioning was so amazing, so important for the body. Number two, it was drilling. Man, we did not have the perception of drilling like the new guys have it today.
Welcome to It's Not About the Fight. I'm Ross Cameron, martial artist, coach, and lifelong student of combat sports. I've had the privilege of being able to work with some of the best in the industry, UFC champions, world-class jiu-jitsu competitors, and elite martial artists from all over the world. Now I'm bringing those lessons to you. Let's get to work. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a true pioneer of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts, Master Ricardo Liborio. He's the co-founder of Brazilian Top Team and American Top Team, and he's been around the game for a long, long time and done so many things for so many people. So happy to have you on, Ricardo. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. No, thank you, man. I was just thinking about this, man. You was talking about the timing that we've been doing this,
Yeah.
You say that you're in a game for 50 years, of doing this around this. Holy moly, man. I've been doing this for at least right now. Let's start with 15, just turning 59. It's almost 60 years old. Man, it's 45 years of your accounting that you're really actually, been doing something. But this is so, at the same time, so easy. Ross, we have so much. We've been talking before this thing is started right now. So we have so much conversation about this. You say something that was so, I think I lived through so many phases of the sport.
Yep.
Not just phases itself, but there's so many roles in the sport and the industry that you can take it if you really like it. Like the roles that is not just about competition. It's not just about coaching competitors or competing yourself or instructing regular recreational people. I was just thinking about that. I had so many roles into this. You said about your podcast, and we're talking about you don't really want to just to hear about the last UFC fights or the last just results of competition. Is what is this brings to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it's to me, this is what martial arts is about. It's about the relationship that I have with my friends, the relationship I have with the community that I deal with, the support I give my fighters, the support I got from my coaches when I was fighting.
Yep.
And I still have relationships with those guys. My first coach was a guy called Ivan Willis. He's a judo coach from New Zealand. Now, Ivan is 84, 85.
Wow.
And we still ring each other.
Yeah.
I'm the same age as you. I'm 59.
Yeah.
And I started on the mats at 4 as a rug rat who I was too young to grade and didn't learn a lot of technique. I was just running around, but it's something that clicked and I stuck with it.
Russ, I started with 4. I started with 4 years old in judo, but in jiu-jitsu, I started around 15 years old. The thing about the jiu-jitsu is that I never stopped anymore.
No.
From judo, I went to taekwondo and I did boxing even before I did jiu-jitsu. And when I was 15 and when I started doing jiu-jitsu, it just wasn't popular like this in Brazil. But I was just in the right place at the right time. Very few people were doing it. It's not a lot of guys. But I was really part of that there was a part of the South Zone of Rio that the Graces were there and were living that culture. You go to the beach and you see the guys and you grow up seeing this, you see those little heroes of yours as a teenager and all your friends are doing and you started doing it. It's something amazing with how this is turning to it nowadays, man,
Yeah, to see the growth, and you and I would have seen it,
Yeah.
In the 70s, it was Kung Fu. In the 80s, it was sort of Taekwondo. In the 90s, it was sort of karate and K1. And now UFC and BJJ have sort of like
Yep.
exploded.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's going to, Ross is going to grow more.
yeah.
This is going to get bigger, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can see it. Like when I started teaching MMA here in Brisbane, there was like 3 clubs. All right. Now there's a BJJ club on every corner.
Every corner. Every
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has a lot to do with the culture too, though. The culture, people talk a lot about distinctions of the culture of judo. Well, BJJ came from judo. Ross,
Yep.
it did.
Yep.
It came from judo, but it's definitely developing a different culture because it's not the same. When I say
No.
it's not the same, culturally, the culture of the sport inside of the match is not the same. You know, the way people receive people, the way the techniques are presented, the way people train is not the same thing. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
different. It
Robert
makes difference too.
Robert Drysdale talks about it as like, you know, the Brazilian culture comes out with, you know, we're late for the mats. Who cares? We're here to train. We just train when we train.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes, that's very Brazilian. And you go, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of transformation in that. But at the same time, it's very Brazilian two things, man. Russ is very Brazilian to welcome people.
Yep.
Hey, whoa, this thing. It's very common. You go and during the weekends. This is from Rio. I'm from Rio. So Rio, something very democratic about Rio is the beach, Russ. The beach, nobody owns the beach in Brazil, right? There. It's at least in the south zone of Rio, and you know, the beach is there, nobody owns. So everybody comes from everywhere, all the places, all different types of people, all different races, religions, sexual orientation, socioeconomics, everything is different. But everybody goes to the beach, and after the beach, you find out a way to go somewhere. But everybody welcome everybody. Everybody treats everybody. It's very democratic.
Yep.
It's very. It's very.
Yeah.
It
It's
doesn't matter who you are, really. You know.
well, I'm a Kiwi. I know you've just been to New Zealand and seen
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah.
Oliver and all the rest of it. And it's the same sort of culture. Like the New Zealand culture is very welcoming. Very everybody eats together. Everybody. Yeah, same culture, and it
Oh
comes
my
through
God,
big time.
Russ, big time. I think this is something so. Look, the other side of the world, man. You know, you go to New Zealand or even in Australia, man, you see this connection with people, the community. You said that community in the end is the most important people, it's the most important thing on the sport itself. The jiu-jitsu turns into a excuse, you know, not just jiu-jitsu, the martial arts or that the place turns into an excuse to just go there to hang out with your friends and the
Uh-huh.
people that you love it. You know, it's really is an excuse. This is why even you have to retaliate. Goes back to what I was trying to tell you, Russ. I have seen so many roles into this industry, and I keep thinking, man, you have someone that is never going to be a champion, never going to train. It would never going to train hard. How can you bring people in a social set that they can benefit itself with the martial arts, even if they would never be a high level, a high performer, or just to be part of something which is the community oriented, you know?
Yep.
That's a
I,
question.
yeah, and I get it because like you and I have both fought over the years, and like when I was young, I was a fighter. Then I
Yep.
became a coach. Then I think my role has even changed now. I'm doing less and less coaching as such, and more educating. So I'm doing seminars for other people and other styles, and I'm talking about philosophy, and so my role has changed every step of the way. Maybe it's to do with the
Correct.
gray hair, but
But correct. And one point is like you respect a lot of guy who is a high performer in what he is able to do inside the match. But when you get older and older, there was no thing about winning anymore.
yeah,
You can't go to the match just to win. I mean, you can have the whole mentality of being competitive and wanting to win, but you can't expect to win when the age comes in.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine. He's a third dan in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a pretty good karate black belt. Now Clay's a bit older than me. He's 60, and he struggles with the fact that he can't keep up with the young guys. And I gave up that a long time ago. I went, mate, I don't roll with the young guys very often, and I don't roll with the young guys not because I can't, because I can't afford the injury. So
Yeah.
I play the game better. I coach and I spend time and I'll drill a technique with them and all the rest of it. But when it comes to being in a competitive role, no. I'll leave that to the young guys.
Russ, this is an even good point. How can even the young guys be more educated about even the older guys? How can you train with the older guy, knowing that even if the older guy is a little bit, there's personalities flourish a lot inside the man. But you're a younger guy, and you train even with the older guy. The older guy can't afford an injury. You can't afford an injury because you don't have the same, renovation. You don't get healed too fast, and that push it aside somebody that could be on the mats even to help or to inspire or to help the younger guys, like you say, to educate people or kids. That's something that people still have to think about it, because you go to the competition set. If you go to a competition in school, get ready for it, because knowing there is a competition in school, even if you're in age, but you have this competition mentality, you better be ready to go harder.
Yeah.
And that risk injuries a lot.
Yep.
Like for 60 years old, man, I can't. And I have so many old injuries. I can't afford injuries anymore.
Yeah. You and me both, Ricardo. I get up in the morning and I take 3 steps to get vertical.
Holy moly, man. That's the same thing. I have the same thing right now, man. It's just my back is hurt, my neck. I have so many injuries, Russ. I can't even tell you, man. Just so many crazy things that I have done it wrong, that I would do it differently.
Yeah. And I remember I was a living student of a master for like 5 years. And over that time, we trained not smart. We trained very old school, very, very, very Spartan. Let's just go hard every day. There was no thing as a rest period. There was no thing as good nutrition. It was just like whatever you can get in your gob, get it in, and train hard every day. Did it make me a good martial artist? Oh, hell yes. Did it make me mentally tough? Oh, hell yes. Was it good for my body? Oh, hell no.
Ross, man, I remember at the Carlson Grace team, man. So it's a group of guys, right? Tough guys, all the tough guys over there at the time. So I personally compare this as like you put that, you open your hand, you put a lot of beans on it, and you shake it up, and the ones that stays are the champion. The training used to be like this, Russ. It used to be something crazy, man. It was like we call porrada every day. It was so many things. One of the things that I would do different, Russ, this just came late. At my age, the time they were training, we didn't have two things that I think can make the whole difference in the world. One, it would be conditioning. Conditioning. Because in the moment that you already have the technique, the conditioning will make all the difference in the world, Russ. Not just to prevent injuries, but to get faster, stronger, whatever is this. We did not have this idea that conditioning was so amazing, so important for the body. Number two, it was drilling. Man, we did not have the perception of drilling like the new guys have it today, that it's input in the training. Any world champion nowadays, anyone, Russ, is doing conditioning, and he's doing at least 1 hour of drilling a day. Everyone.
Well, man. I think back to our time, and the science was there, but it wasn't there to the extent that it is now. And now we've got guys like Dean Ammersinger, who's running the UFC PI in Shanghai, and he's sharing information and knowledge and all the rest of it. And that's fantastic, because the information is filtering down, the coaches are getting better and smarter, and the athletes are performing at a higher level. Yeah. They forget that science has come along.
Yeah.
People don't train the same way for the 100-meter sprint final at the Olympics this Olympiad as they did the last Olympiad. Why? Because science has improved. Yeah, and I get guys go,
Ross,
yeah,
science. That's science. The science of even the shared knowledge that it has today, even in techniques and nowadays, Russ, it, it's all free and open.
well, I get guys come in to the gym and go, hey, look, I learned this on YouTube. Does it work? And I'll say, yes, but don't use that because you're putting yourself in a dangerous position. Do this, or yeah, that's great. Try it from everywhere, but information is just there. My word. Wouldn't that be great to be young again?
Yeah. I don't condemn that. I actually like the information is there. I think people have to understand. I'm thinking now we as a coaches, we have to inspire people to understand that they have to understand concepts of the basic to apply the high level technique later. But you can't do a high level technique without understanding, okay, grips. All right, just think to start with a grip, Russ. And you're doing a grip wrong because you just automatically seen something and you don't have the concept of grips or distance or levels or things that is basic that you have to know so you can start reading people better. Now, nothing to do with the technique, man. I kind of like it. I like the new. I like the new. I watched the new. I studied the new. I think this is evolution. You can't stop.
No,
you can't think
you can't stop
all days. No, you can't stop. You got to go. But you have to make sure that, man, whatever you do it, at least have this solid foundation. Because the white belt wants to skip.
Yeah, absolutely. They all want to do the fancy technique that they saw someone do in the ADCC. Yeah,
correct.
And I'm a big believer because of my judo background and Japanese jiu-jitsu background that teaching them about kazushi and teisabaki and all these things makes such a big difference if they understand the concepts. Like we were doing sweeps last night and we were just talking about taking their hips outside their knees so that now it makes it easier. And I'm not looking to remove their post. I'm trying to stop them from posting. There's a difference. It sounds as I'll just remove the post. No. I don't want to remove the post because if it's weight bearing, it's hard for me to remove it. But if I just put my C grip in the right place and I feed their elbow in, they're going to fall.
Ross, technique.
Yeah.
Technique, technology, whatever you call it, is the technique that when you're tired, you see the difference. When you're tired, when you cannot use your athletic ability anymore, then you have to say, man, my hands have to be here, my hip has to be there, I have to be in the right position. So is a minimal effort. That will make the whole total difference on a guy, But it's okay. You just educate. Like we have seen everything, Russ. With the age, we have seen everything, man.
Yeah, and there is nothing new in the sport. There's different twists on things, but there's nothing new in it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and that's what makes me laugh. Is this is new. Oh no, it's not. I can tell you the Japanese name for that.
Yeah, and it's true. This is true. That comes. You go back down to the origins of everything. Some people already thought about this. Some people did it. Anyway, regardless, somebody had the inspiration somewhere from the past. So at the same time that we have to understand that they have to go back to the past to see the roots of what it is. We older guys have to understand that the new is good, it's natural, it's healthy. If it's growing, it's because it's healthy, man.
Yeah,
in a certain way.
And like you say, like these young guys, they're faster, they're more efficient. They want to know more, and they're in a time where information is free and accessible. So they are in that growth mindset where they're absorbing as much information as they possibly can, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
And I know you're big in educating people as well, and I think to me that's where it's at. And maybe it's an age thing, but the education is such a key, I think, in the growth.
Russ, and it wasn't until I started really actually teaching the kids. I always had my way of doing things to high performers because I grew up with high performers around me.
Yep.
And since, in high performance, since I was 15 years old, I've been seeing, all type of this. I've been a corner of a lot of guys. I've been coaching, I've been training I've been training with a lot of high performers. I've been competing myself. Now, there is one thing, one point there, man, it's not about just the technique. You know this, you coach a lot of people, right? You coach a
Yep.
lot of people. When you go in a fight, you're so sensitive. There's so much of the sensitive. Of course, you see this, you need a good corner, but the good corner is not going to 100% win the fight if the preparation wasn't right.
Yep.
But when you are going to I have seen this a lot during the week of the fight, where the guy has to cut down weight. The anxiety is at the peak, the highest peak. You are in the food deprivation and water deprivation. That you have to do everything besides the sleeping. You are so needy. Let's put it this way, especially in MMA.
Yep.
Even MMA is easier to make comments like this because jiu-jitsu, you don't have a risk to get hurt. MMA, you have a real risk to get hurt. The platform is
Absolutely.
bigger, also the exposure is bigger, but you really have a chance to break your jaw, man. It's a big thing. And the chances are that you're gonna get hit, much like chances that you're gonna get hit or you're gonna hurt something. You're gonna have a period of recovery, so their anxiety is higher. So the coach that really actually appealing emotionally to you is more important sometimes than just a technical coach. If this
Yeah.
guy doesn't give it that 1 week of a solid energy and education, man, you
Yeah.
act like a
And that and that stable relationship that can keep the guy calm or lift him when he needs to be lifted or cool him down when he's getting hot headed. All those things make such a huge difference in the end of the
correct.
fight. Yeah.
Or in the middle, or in the
Yeah.
middle. Sometimes you guys so hyped up, or he's overthinking. I mean, he just have doubts of it, and you bring them down, or you look, man, you lost 2 rounds. You got to win the third one. You got to give it everything. Spike up. All this makes difference with the corner. I'm not saying there's not, but during the week, Russ, you know how it is. You
Oh yeah.
get somebody who makes weight. The weight is such a pain. The weight, if you have somebody who really have to drop a lot of weight, it's not just a diet. You have dehydrate the guy. You have to
Yeah.
deal with the guy can't sleep, and
Yep.
it's a lot, man.
Yeah. All the negatives come up, and
All the negatives.
it's riding the wave, and you've got to be able to keep that wave within a sort of parameter so that they're not going either direction.
100%, man. We're both have seen it a lot, right? Is
Yeah.
at the same time, the competition gives you so much preparation for life, right, Russ?
Yep.
It
Yeah.
does.
Well,
You know,
the saying that competition quickens the spirit, I think is so true. I don't think I would be the person I am today without having the competition and the fights that I did, and having taken the losses, having taken the wins. It's that you think you're doing good, and suddenly you take a loss, and you go, well, let's go back to the drawing board. Why did I do that? How did I do that?
yeah,
I call them fight mirrors. And you wake up and you think, I was just in that fight. If I just done, I would have won that, but I didn't. My God, how easy should it have been? And they come back.
yeah. No, it is true. It is, and it's go with the technology too, Ross. You meant there's things that you're in a certain period of life. You say you start to study. You say, man, oh, if I knew that, if I knew this 10 years ago, if I knew that in that match, holy moly, I could have won that. I have done this and that. This is so realistic,
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
the losses may be the most important thing, Ron. The
absolutely,
losses. Just
absolutely.
understanding you can keep going, understanding that you can lose
Well,
and you can keep going.
the biggest thing I think about martial arts is one of the only places now that people can build that resilience through understanding that losing is okay. Yeah, and it's how you learn. You sit an exam and you fail. Well, you go to do it again and you learn from failing.
Losing without quitting
Yeah,
is the losing without quitting is adapting. That's it. Period. Is dealing with losses. I always say this. There's two things that I take it, Ross, from my experience in martial arts. Not just being competitors as a competitor, but discipline. It's like wake up and do what you must do. You know, doesn't matter
yeah,
how you feel.
yep.
Doesn't matter how
Discipline,
you feel. Oh, don't want to go, go.
discipline gets you through it, even when you don't want to do it.
And that's the whole, makes the whole difference in the world. Discipline makes things happen. That's what it is. And it's a medicine for your moods. It's a medicine. It doesn't matter how you feel. You go, you do it. Boom. You have discipline, man. You have control. You have medicine for a lot of your stress, your anxiety, your depression, or whatever. This is discipline is medicine. And the other thing is dealing with failure. It's like teaching my kids all the time about the Russ. Dealing with failure and discipline is the two most important components that you can take it from martial arts that you can you can really hold a successful life from anything,
Huh? Yep,
business,
absolutely.
relationships, anything,
Yep.
anything.
I'm an engineer by trade, and I break it down to everything's a process. All right, if something doesn't work, all right, that's a roadblock. All right, now the goal was that, so just change the process to get around it. How do we do that? We do this. How do you do that? Do this. So even when I was teaching my kids how to drive, they'd stall the car, and I'd go, right, stop, relax, breathe. Okay, so now run the process. What's the process? All right, check the mirrors, put it in neutral, start the car again. Easy,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
stress. Don't worry about it. It was just something that happened, and it's a process to get back to where you wanted to go. And that's a great analogy for kids.
And how much more you really actually
Teaching.
drilled on it and have
Yeah.
discipline on it, better you're going to get it. This is love, man. COVID was a time that I think everybody had that little golden ticket to do what they wanted to do if it's something different than what we were doing. For me, was was such a big impact because I have a couple business, even well, I have a schools in Saudi Arabia. They shut down. I was working for the university, Russ. I was working for UCF, the university here. They shut down for 1 year and a half. And when they shut down, I was receiving through classes they would be teaching. They resumed their classes to one class online as Zoom.
Yep.
Man, everything was shutting down point by point. And I was, man, if I haven't, if I had this golden ticket to get out of any business without feeling so heavy on the loss that because you didn't exceed or succeed, it was the COVID times. For me, it was a time to say, man, okay, yeah, I want to continue working with martial arts. So I'm one of those guys that, man, holy moly, man, I love what I do. It's not just, I don't have it just focus on it, man. I love what I do, and I really like it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: there's a lot of BS behind it. You know, you have to deal with the business and other people, but in general, going there and teaching the classes and being around my people, the community, man, it's
Yeah.
awesome for me.
Yeah. I tell people that I'm lucky because I don't work. I don't work. I get up every day and I go and do Ross stuff. That's
Yeah,
it. I go and teach martial arts. I go and take a seminar somewhere. I don't work. People don't get that analogy, but I don't go to a job. I go and do what I want to do, which is teach people. And that's
yeah.
such a privilege.
It
People
is a
don't
privilege, man.
Yeah, and people don't understand it. People do not understand it. And they all tell me, "Oh, you've got a great job, Ross. You're here teaching classes, and you're able to sit at the gym." And I go, "Yeah, but okay, I'm here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I leave the gym at 9 o'clock at night. But I'm doing what I love, so it's not a
Yeah.
job for me. It's just what I'm going to do anyhow."
Okay. I have a story, a little bit of a story about this. Do you remember when Robbie Lawler won the
Yep,
belt? Was
yep,
a big thing for American Top Team at the time because it was the first guy to really train with us, really from us, and won the title. the UFC belt. And I was there with him. I trained him for that fight. Everything was amazing. It was, it was a very special moment. It was the first time, beautiful moment from interviews to the recollection that I had there was amazing. Was on a Saturday. So Sunday I got back home and I have my cleaning crew there. It was a company that was hired there. They quit. I had to go 5 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, 5 o'clock in the morning before they open up at 7 and clean up all the toilets, everything inside the gym. Everything. People don't see it. Saturday was the opposite of a coach. As a coach, the
Yep.
world champion, the UFC belt, blah blah blah, magazines and interviews. And the next day, you're literally cleaning toilets, and that's being an entrepreneur, man.
Yeah.
That's being an owner.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and people don't understand that
No.
I still clean mats. I still clean toilets. I
Yeah.
still vacuum the floors. You have to. That's and my old master used to say to me, you sweat on the mats, you clean the mats. So it's part of the sport, part of the industry. You're showing your respect to the place. You're doing all those things.
Yeah.
It still comes out. Just because whatever level you get to, it doesn't make any difference. You still got to do the basics. Clean the mats, clean the toilets.
Yeah. I have a class 6 o'clock in the morning that I teach, and I'm there I have to be there 5:30. 30
Yep.
minutes before, I got to put the gear, but 30 minutes before, I got to go to the bathrooms. I got to make sure that there's toilet paper. I got to make sure that it's all cleaned up. I got to make sure that the mats are clean. I got to go make sure I have a railing over there. I got to clean up that. There's 30, at least 20 minutes that I have to do my own checkup to see if everything. But
Yep.
I have a cleaning crew that goes the day before. I just want to make sure that everything is clean.
Done. Yeah.
Done.
And maybe it's old school martial artist, but I'm there and I'm like, my pads have to be in the right place. My focus mitts have to be in the right place. My tie pads have to be hung up correctly. Everything needs to be back where it should be. All right, so my dojo looks right. Okay, it's clean, tidy, and away. Okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah. And it's smelling good. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I'm just saying, Russ. Maybe it's the old guys. This is what it is. But man, it's part of being entrepreneur too. It's part of ownership. I'll talk to you. I have some guys. I have a protege. This kid is going to be a stud. He's one of the best instructors that I ever seen that I ever formed. Duncan. So Duncan has a different mindset because Duncan is my technical director of the school. And this guy he don't think as an employee, Ross. This kid thinks as an owner. So what he does, we have a lot of conversations. Guys who understand, he likes to be mentor, but he takes ownership of things. So that's the guy who's going to be an owner. That's period. He doesn't think like an employee. I'm just going to do my 2 cents over here. Guys, see you later. Go back there. He doesn't see the whole. If you cannot see the whole, then you're going for a big lesson. Big lesson. You open a gym, you think that open a gym is just teaching the classes. You're wrong.
Oh yeah. Everyone forgets about the marketing, about the chasing the missed fees, about the emails you got to do, the organizing of a seminar, or organizing of a grading, or organizing of just having people turning up for the right time.
It's a lot, man. There's so much more into this, and that's Russ. This is part of being a student too. You can't open a gym nowadays. You don't have ideas about marketing or sales or a really class structure, or even thinking about who's going to be the next generation of instructors. You got to have a structure development, SOP. All this. And you have to retain the people that you have in it. You cannot have 10 people enrolling and you have 11 leaving. You got to have a retention. So this is something you can learn. You can study and you can learn. You can develop the skill, That's a good thing.
I'm a big believer. Again, it goes back to community, that if you have the right community, not only like your members, but also your staff, your instructors. If you've got good instructors and good staff members and good members, then it starts to grow.
Yeah.
You're always going to have people that leave. That's it took me a while to get used to that idea that, and I've got a great analogy that now I'm at the point where I'm the bus driver. This is the journey, guys. I'm driving from here to there. And if you want to get on and get off, that's no problem. I'm just going to keep driving them. So those people that stay are staying because they're involved in your community and they have that relationship with you and your staff and everybody else. So one, as an owner, you got to look after your staff. Two, you got to look after your community. And all the bits come together. You have to have good programs. You have to have good skills. You have to have good coaches. You have to have good membership plans. You got to have good community involvement. Yeah, it's huge.
This is all about it, Ross. This is all about community. In the end, it's all about people. Of course, your place has to be neat too. You say that. You have to have a place that people wants to be around. As clean as it is, or well, in my opinion, as clean as it is, appealing for the eye, comfortable, all this, smelling good, all this is important. But the people is people, Ross, is people. Is you're feeling legitimately part of something.
Yep.
That's what it makes a difference.
Yeah, and if you're not there for your people, then they won't be there for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. That is so true.
I have a thing that if I haven't seen one of my members for a little while, I'll send them a message. Are you alive?
But they respond, yes. I have one thing that I always do, Russ. I always do this. I have my core people that I always, every time that I'm thinking about someone, I send them a little message. Hey, I'm just checking on you. I just want to know how you're doing. Period. This is something that it keeps me so much in connection. It's incredible, Russ. So I think about today. I thought about my black belt. He's a doctor. He moved to New York, and I have seen him at least in 1 month or something like this. And Doc, you're good. How are you doing? And it makes the difference. People really know that you're interested just because you just like them. You just thought about them. You like them. It's not just because you need something,
No, yeah, you're in contact with them because you're in contact with them. You're in that relationship. It's that hey, just checking on you, making sure you're good. And that's, to me, that's part of being a good coach, is that all my people, I feel I've got to support them somehow, if it's emotionally or whatever. I'm there for them. If they've got a problem, I'm there to talk to them. If they've got a problem, I'm there for them. You just have to be.
No, I'm the same. I think we live so much through the industry that we were in it. We have so many roles in it, and we live so many different experiences. Even the much of experiences to understand that the new guys are coming with the blur of thinking that they know a lot, and they may know a lot from the section of life or what did they know in terms of the technology and evolution and everything, and evolution of regular things that is for us a little bit harder. Let's say, for example, what is the new technology of man? I may not know that, but I know one thing. You have to go through a couple things in life so you can have a real life experience to sometimes even back off a little bit and to see things from a different perspective, see a problem from perspective. It is not easy. It's not easy for.
That's a learned skill. And I say it, the young boys learn by cause and effect. So, there's an electric fence. Oh no, that is an electric fence. Where the girls, you say, hey, it's an electric fence. They go, oh, okay, I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah. This is the wise. The wise think this way, but sometimes they have to touch the electric fence so they can feel it, and it's okay too. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just a learning experience.
It's okay to let them touch it. Yeah, it's okay for let them touch that thing. Hey, don't touch that. You may have it. This thing is made on, and you're gonna get electrocuted. So. And you said it, man, I'm thinking about this. Since I actually have this experience even at home. I tell my daughters, I say, hey, just try to not go that way. But in the end, always end, it's their choice. They are going to do a lot of stuff. You just
Yeah.
gotta educate them, and you gotta guide them and educate them. And if it wasn't going to plan the way you plan it for them, you gotta accept that
Yep.
loss. That's it. That's the same thing for students. If they want to pursue something else, all right.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's exactly the way I think of things. I think of things that they are on their own journey. I'm not in control of their journey. I'm here to guide them the best I can, but I'm not in control of their journey. I'm just here to say, hey, look, I don't think you should do that. But if you want to
Yeah.
do it, all right, let's go and see.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a young boy who's 13 ask me about having a kickboxing fight last night, and I said to him, mate, I don't let you fight kickboxing until you're at least 16. I said, because one, I'm really concerned about CTE.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said to him, so when you're 16, your brain's a bit more developed. You've got those things. You've had a bit of hardening up. All those things are then positive towards you not taking too much damage. Oh, okay. So what happens if I weight cut? Well, if you weight cut, you're more inclined to have some CTE issues because as a 13-year-old, your brain's not as developed.
Yeah.
You have not carrying as much muscle mass to lose some water from. All those things. And I said, yeah, I'm okay with you like doing jiu-jitsu comps, doing submission grappling comps, doing pad work, sparring in a controlled situation where I can watch what's going on. I can tell the guys to back off. You know, I'm happy with that. To go and jump into an actual fight, I think 13's too young. I think 16's where it is.
Yeah.
And that's the experience in me coming out going, mate, hey, just chill out, wait a little bit longer, take your time.
Yeah. And I actually agree with you. Sometimes I see it. I'm a big fan of Muay Thai. I'm a fan. I watch it, Muay Thai. I follow the big events, Muay Thai and kickboxing. And I see sometimes little kids, Ross.
And you dropped out there, Ricardo.
Yeah, you too. I can see you. You froze.
Yeah, you've just hang on. Yep, now you're back.
There?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Can you see
did
me?
I do anything? Oh, I didn't touch anything.
No, I think it just might have been just the internet.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is I see some little kids fighting and not just kickboxing, but MMA too. You know, I don't think this is right, Russ. I don't think it either. I'm not, man, I don't think this kid, I think it's just too much damage. If they go full blown, it's too much damage from young age.
Yeah,
I don't think it's right.
I totally agree. Like I was trying to explain to this young guy, I said in Muay Thai in Thailand, the young kids fighting, one, it's part of the culture, but it's also part of the look, you're 10 or 11 now, you got to go earn a living and help the family.
Yeah.
So that still happens. So that's Thailand. That's not here. They don't really have much of a choice. So if you have the choice, I would rather you take the time to get better. And I always say to the young guys, what are you going to do after fighting? You and I both know fighters that will have CTE. And I say to them, what are you going to do after fighting? What's your plan? Do you have a degree? Do you want to go and do this? Do you want to go and do that? Do you want to be in business? What's your plan? Because that's going to affect how you approach fighting. If you Chris Hazeman's the classic, right? So very intelligent guy, has a multiple degrees and had a very successful registered training organization as a business. Recently just sold it and he's retired. Extremely smart, intelligent guy. Fought some of the best in the world, but his fighting wasn't to make him money. His fighting was to do what he wanted to do, which was challenge himself. He made some money out of it, sure. But also he had a path afterwards, you know, and I'm an engineer. I've studied engineering and I've got that path after fighting. Did I pursue that after fighting? Well, I did because I've got a few engineering companies, but I also focused on my martial arts as a career, and I've gone and studied and I've got more qualifications than most people have.
Yeah, that's true.
But you've got to look at it that way. If you're a young guy and you just want to fight because you're thinking I'm going to be the fighter career. And Dana White says it, don't look at fighting in the UFC as a job. think of it as an opportunity. And it is. It's that opportunity to be noticed and seen and then do what you're going to do. I like Keith Jardine. Keith Jardine's gone off and he's opened up his own coffee brewing company and done all these things. And I think that's smart, very clever. But if you're just going to try and make money out of fighting,
oh my God, I don't. Keith was in the movies for a while, right?
Yeah,
and I did not know what he had a company, a coffee company.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I think
he's doing well.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I saw Keith, he was here walking around one of the shopping centres after he'd fought here in Brisbane with two big panda eyes.
Man, I'll tell you something. But whatever it is, we're feeling blessed. You know what it is. We're blessed to be doing what we really like to do. And it's not for everybody. It's not also full of great and absolutely happiness. Oh, there's so much. One of the things per se is like, we're not going to be the richest guy in the world. We're not going to get the yachts or whatever things that you actually, if this is your idea of success, for a lot of people, the idea of success is money. But man, you can't replace this fulfillment.
Yeah.
This fulfillment of helping young people and, and people that are broken to try to bring them back to, something well connected. Man, this is amazing. I'm really enjoying this a lot.
Yeah, and to me, that's the real gold in martial arts. The real gold is the fact that I'm able to help other people, whether it's build confidence, self-esteem, their physical ability, whatever it is. I'm able to help them in so many different ways. Even down to that talk I had with a young guy about going off and getting an education to think after fighting. That, to me, that's steering him in the right direction. If he takes it up, great. If he doesn't, okay. But I've tried to steer him to say, right, if you get to here, you've got an opportunity to go whatever you like, wherever you like. You can set your life up in any way you like.
That's true.
If you're smart.
Yeah. Or at the same time that you have to at least, if you should acquire some of those skills that we're talking about, then you put your mind into to do anything. You should have a pathway and you have discipline and you know how to deal with all the problems without breaking it, or you're losing it without really actually quitting, man, you're going somewhere because you acquire skills. You don't need to be intelligent or you don't know exactly what the idea of intelligence is, but in a moment that you really actually find a pathway, like you said, you find a pathway and you learn skills. You try to learn skills in any form. It can be online. Nowadays, people really learn anything online, everything.
And you and I would have remembered the days when you were trying to learn something. You had to go and find a book.
Yep. You got to find a book. You got to find an institution to go to. There's so much nowadays. It's free online. You can learn from Harvard for free sometimes.
There's free courses from Harvard and Oxford and you name them, Cambridge. All the universities have free courses. Like you said, during COVID, if you didn't improve, find your side hustle, do something you hadn't wanted to do forever and never been able to do. If you didn't do that through COVID, you didn't really want to do it.
Yeah. So many people made changes also in COVID. So many people, man, so many people left the States. Here in the United States, a lot of people left their states to move to a different state because they were not happy or paying too much there, were not happy with the politics or whatever it is. They decide, like a lot of people abandoned California to go live in Texas.
Yep.
For so many reasons, for taxes purpose, money, or they don't like the politics that we're running over there. But a lot of people make radical changes in their life.
Yeah, because they had the opportunity to.
Yep.
And it's that the world made you question your core values. And you and I both did the same. We went there and we went, okay, we like what we do. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
We might have, like, we're doing this now, and I've done this because of COVID.
Yeah.
But the opportunities are to still do what I do, just in a slightly different way and all that sort of stuff. So I've had to move with the times. But man, made you question what you were doing and whether or not you still wanted to do it. And I think
Yeah,
that's such a once in a lifetime opportunity, really. So yeah.
that's true. For me, I'll say this, Russ. I started working with kids because before, look, I was working teaching pro fighters, and the pro fighting has one thing. Well, so okay, we follow the UFC crew circus. So you got there Wednesday. No, Wednesday we leave, and we got there Thursday. And you help this guy to cut weight to Thursday to weigh in on Friday. Friday you weigh in, Saturday you fight, Sunday you come back home. And you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you leave again. And I had so many fighters. I was coaching so many fighters. I was going in the corner with so many fighters everywhere, which is pretty cool in a certain way because I get to know the world. I travel so much, but it wasn't that good for family, number one. Number two is I could never teach kids because with the kids program, they have to be there every day. The coach has to be there, and you have to have a structure that I was leaving every Wednesday. So it just gave me Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday to teach. It would never be successful. So I had the first time this chance to teach kids. Man, it was so, Ross, it was so amazing to me, man. How much impact that you do it, how much transformation you do in their lives. It's amazing.
Yeah, Ricardo, I've got, and I'm going to say young guys. They're not young anymore, like they're 30 odd. So I taught these kids since they were 7, and now they're 30-year-olds, and they have been with me for that length of time. And they're just amazing people. And you can see that these kids have gone, well, they've gone from being kids to being teenagers to being young adults to now having families, and their families are in martial arts. And you just see the growth, and they're all high achievers, right? So because of martial arts, they've all gone on, they studied, and you just sit there and go, isn't that a wonderful thing to be a part of that journey and part of that support to see these kids become, directors of companies and hotel owners and in charge of Mercedes Benz and all those. You just sit there and go, okay, so I've had a part of a support for that person's journey, and they're now contributing to the world in so many different ways. It's just unbelievable.
For me right now, I have seen so many kids. Again, I had no contact. I had programs in all the places that I had programs for kids. But this, my direct connection with the kids, teaching the kids every day, it's something that for me, man, it was such an open-hearted experience. Said so much to contribute, so much to fulfill, so much to help. It was, man, it was.
And the minute that kid walks up and gives you a hug, you just
best,
go,
man.
yeah, yeah.
It's the best thing in the world. Best thing in the world.
I just graded a young boy to grey belt, and he came up and he gave me such a big hug, and I'm just, there you go. That's what it's worth.
This is all about. I mean, I have so many things of that, but yesterday I was taking a picture that this little kid just came over. You see that, Ross? Yep. Imagine this. I have trained and I have coaches, so many high performers. There's so many things. Something like this, it fills my heart so much, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just, absolutely.
It's almost like a world championship sometimes.
Yep. Yeah. And the most loyal, rewarding, giving students, it's just unbelievable.
Kids are so much love, man. Just so much love. It's just so amazing. Amazing how somebody don't like kids. The number one. Number two is how amazing is that someone would do bad to kids. Hurt kids. This is for me, Ross. I'm not a very radical person in any shape or form. I'm not. I always try to balance things, try to have some empathy, to try to understand other sides and things. But you could do something really bad to a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve it. You don't deserve this life, man. You don't deserve this life. You really don't.
There's a case. There's a case.
My heart.
Yeah, there's a case here in Australia at the moment where there was a early child child educator and has tampered with like quite a few kids at a center, and you just go, whoa, you're a bad person. You don't deserve to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. There's so much. I don't even want to go there. But for me, I really have a special place in my heart for kids, and I don't think kids should never be hurt in that matter. It's just absurdly. You think should not deserve to suffer like that.
So what's next for you, mate? What's the next thing on your plate?
Man, I'm doing so well with my school. After COVID, I have to open a school. I was teaching at university. From the university, I started, I thought of COVID was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to things that I know how to do it well, because this is in my control. The university wasn't in my control. And I love working over there. But the university has one thing. You created such a bond with the kids there. Man, I made so many great friends at the university, but 4 years later, they're leaving.
Yep.
They're leaving. And it breaks the heart because I have so many amazing people dear in my heart, man. They have to leave. They have to find opportunities someplace else. And you, of course, you're happy for them, but you are like, man, I love this kid.
Yeah, and it's how judo populated the world, right? Every university sort of had a judo club.
Yeah.
And then those guys then went and opened up and then spread. And
yeah.
So you can see it. It's a great positive thing, but you've only got them for the length of their studies, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's it. It is something that I am so happy to make certain, a little bit of impact in those guys' lives, but they make a big deal for me too. It's a big impact for me. My university kids, man, I have such a dear, friendships over there. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And an open, a successful gym with one of my partners, and everything is going so well, man. I can't complain. I'm so blessed with that. I think at one point, I'm going to do more exclusively traveling also, because right now with the gym, I can't travel anymore like I used to do it again. But right now, man, I have all my girls out of the house. So all my girls are going to college. All my girls went to college and now in college. I'm going to be a grandfather. That's for me. It's like the transformation.
I'm in the same boat. Like all my kids are at university or out of university now. So like I'm like, okay, so now I've done my job. You're now all good, and they're all high achieving adults. So I'm like, okay, you go do your thing. I'm here if you need me. And I still get the old phone call, hey Dad, I need a new car, or hey Dad, I need this, or But they've become good human beings, and that's what I'm after. So life gets to that point. Yeah.
Ross, I got all my girls. All my girls are doing fine. I'm a blessed man, man. I'm a blessed man. There's so many great things about my life that I'm really, I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed. I'm very, even with the bad things that happen, I think jiu-jitsu helped me a lot to overcome a lot of the things. Not overcome it, just to understanding that part of the game. It's part of the game.
Yeah,
it's losing is you're still playing the game. You just don't quit, man. It's part of the game. Shit happens. It is what it is.
Yeah, and it's exactly like fighting. You're not gonna get it through without taking a hit. You're gonna take a hit, or it's how you take the hit, and then what you do after the hit that makes such a difference.
And the people that you're around it too, Ross. That makes the whole difference. It's like if you do something for fans, it's one thing. If you're still competing just to get more fans and more likes, man, it's one thing. One other thing is if you surround yourself with the right people, they don't really care much if you lose. If you lose, you're still their guy, you're still their member.
Yep.
That's the beauty of it. It is surround yourself. That's what people always say. Look around, not when you win, but look around who is in your corner in the backstage after a loss. Because then you're going to find out the real people.
Exactly. Those are there to lift you up and support you on the stool. Those are the ones that'll be there for you for the rest of your life. Big time.
Hey, I'm in Orlando, man. I'm Orlando. Anytime, Ross, you coming over to visit here in the U.S., come see us here, man. It's going to be a pleasure to have you.
I'm planning to come over. Well, I was hoping to come over next month, but I'm not getting there. I've got to go to the Solomon Islands to do some training in the Solomon Islands for some guys over there. So I'm heading the wrong direction. But my plan is to get to the States, and I'll come see you. I've got to see Robert as well, and I've got to see a couple of other guys that I know.
I'm going to see Robert at the Worlds in August, the end of August. I'm going to be there. That's what I'm seeing Robert too. You know,
I was planning to be there for the Worlds, so that was my plan. So I was.
Are you going?
Well, I'm hoping to. I'm still juggling things, but I'm hoping to be there for the Worlds.
I'm going to be there, man.
And mate, have you ever going back to New Zealand at any time to see Steve? Let me know, because I'll get you over here. It's only a jump over the ditch.
100%, Russ. No,
all right, mate.
Brother. So let me tell you this, man. I appreciate it so much. Just being joined. It was a pleasure. It's an honor. Anytime, I'll be back. Anytime. Let's talk more about it.
Yeah, love it. Thanks, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Have a good.
Appreciate it.
Have a good dinner.
You. Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, Russ.
Thanks for listening to It's Not About the Fight. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and keep up the hard work on and off the mat. Stay tuned for my next chat with another top coach or athlete.